Hey guys, Justin here. I'm just getting back from dropping my son off to his little school program. And last night here in North Texas, actually sweeping across all of Texas and the lower states, we had some pretty big storms. It wasn't tornadic, fortunately, like some of the storms were around Christmas last year, but we had some pretty serious wind. And I woke up thinking about all of last year and how to describe what happened, because I promised you guys that I would explain some of the absent days I was away from posting to the site and videos and stuff like that. And so I figured the best way to do that is through a video. In April, my parents started the process for divorce, and that, like, up until that point, 2016 was looking pretty rocking, because last year at Christmas we surprised everyone with a Christmas gift that me and my wife were pregnant with our second child. And we didn't know it was a girl at the time, but it was a girl, little Addison. You've probably seen pictures of her. If not, you're missing out, so go check them out. But and this might, I hope my sponsors, Triple R Gun Rest and Muddy Outdoors and Phone Scope, I hope they understand that this is an explanation of me, and I'm a very transparent guy. I will tell you the truth. I'm not a phony or a liar, and so I promised that I would explain what happened, and here it is, and kind of where I think what God's teaching me through it. I know my parents, their divorce started in April, and it seemed like from April until it was finalized in October, and even up until now, given the holidays, Thanksgiving and New Year's and all that stuff. And it was very, very hard to take as an adult. A lot of times I remember going through the process thinking that I wish that this would have happened when I was a kid, if it was going to happen. And I know now that I don't think God's plan was for my parents' divorce at all. I think that Satan worked within them and started the divide. But I know that God wanted me to see something and learn something from this, and what I believe He wanted me to learn was to put God first in anything and everything, including your marriage. We get so caught up in wanting to put the other one on a pedestal in front of people, and then when you're at home, you want to put yourself above them, and that's not how marriage works. Marriage works best when you're pointing to God. When you're both pointing to God, you're pointing up to one thing, and you both inevitably come together. And my parents didn't do that. I'll tell you that right now. And my dad was a part of Hunting Product Guru, and he probably still will be in some capacity. We're no longer partners, but that doesn't mean I don't love my dad or I don't want him to take part in some of the success that Hunting Product Guru has had or is going to have, or go on hunts. Because just because this divorce happened doesn't mean that I don't love either of my parents. It makes it tougher at times to choose love and forgiveness and show grace and respect to two people I thought, after 31 years, why would you get divorced? So there's that, and that's been the biggest thing of 2016. When I'm talking about my highs, they were awesome highs. Had my second daughter, my son turned 3 in December. Me and my wife have really been trying to work on our budget and point towards God, and I believe all that's paying off. And that was, so those are the highs, and then the lows were, the divorce. The other low was I came up with this shirt, Faith Family Hunting. I came up with this shirt, this design on this shirt. And I was contacted by an Instagram user, faith.family.hunting, asking me to please stop. I was dealing with him, sending me Instagram messages at late hours in the night, around 8 or 9 or 10 o'clock, while I was trying to deal with, my 3-year-old who was sick. So I quickly said, sure, I don't want to cause any animosity. I woke up the next morning and it was on my mind all day. And I researched it. This design was mine. I did not take anything from Kyle over at faith.family.hunting. And in no way, me selling these shirts, was I taking any of his business. And a few of you Instagram users thought that. I'm sorry, but that's not the case. I can sell this shirt legally. He does not own Faith Family Hunting in this design. I do. So, and that was another low for me, because I had spent a long time trying to figure out how to screen print shirts. And part of the screen printing the shirts were to help build Hunting Product Guru, but also I take 10% of all the income and I give it back to my church, which goes to the missions trips. I specifically give the 10% of every shirt that I sell to missions trips at my church, Sea Life, which you can check them out at sealifec.com. They got 4 campuses here over in the east side of North Texas, the DFW Metroplex. So that was it was another low of mine, because here I am trying to make it on my own and trying to come up with neat designs to kind of give you guys, and people bought them like crazy. And I appreciate everyone that bought them, and I'm sorry that I no longer will be making this specific design, but I promise that I will be making another design that has these words, this deer, in just a little bit different way. That way, Kyle over there absolutely knows I am in no way trying to take his brand. We all work hard to build our brand, and I get that. I'm just like him. I work hard. If somebody did this to me, I'd probably be asking questions too, but he just doesn't quite understand the law about it. This isn't talking bad about him at all. It's just I want to make sure that going forward, everyone knows there's no association with me with him. And if there ever is in the future, which I proposed, shot down, if there ever is in the future, you'll know about it. So there's a few of my lows and some of my highs of 2016. And 2016 was, everybody says they have a good and bad year, and it sucked, and it's really easy to point out the negatives, and I'm just like that. I look back at 2016 and I will forever remember, first, my daughter was born. It's a high, and my parents got divorced. That's a low. And I don't know if I'll ever be able to shake those. One of which I don't want to. My daughter being born is one of the second best thing my wife could have given me past marrying me. So, if you're watching this, Lindsay, I love you, and thank you so much for dealing with me during this process. And this is our, second child, and we had a pretty big shakeup in my family again. Whenever my son was born, my dad actually had open heart surgery, and during the pregnancy, my wife did amazing during that pregnancy, dealing with a lot of stuff on her own, and she was so bold and so courageous, and she was a serious backbone to our kids' healthy life in the womb. And I can take zero credit for that. That's all God and her. But anyway, so there's some highs and lows, and what to look forward to in 2017. I don't know. I will be testing product, and I will be hunting. Those two go hand in hand for me, because I love getting to share my reviews on how I think this product is actually going to be used. And will somebody spend $20 on this? And if they do spend $20, how long will that $20 last? Stuff like that. So anyway, guys, if you haven't already, please go check out my sponsors. I'll put some links below for PhoneScope, for Triple R Gun Rest and Muddy Outdoors. You need to go check all those companies out. I partner with them, and they sponsor because they too believe in the message that I send, and I'm very grateful for that, because I'm pretty outspoken Christian, and I am ready to defend my point of view of God, and I think a lot of you know that, and you respect that as well. So thank you guys. I really appreciate how 2016 has grown the site. We've seen some massive growth in the last quarter. I don't really know what of or what because yet. I haven't taken a check at the analytics, but I know we started, it was February or March, we had about 4,000 follows on our Instagram, and we're above 8,000 or 9,000 right now. I don't know what else to do. I know it's off by 1,000, but either way, it's double the growth, and that's pretty amazing. And total, we have over 13 or 14 in the follows and likes, and the Guru Nation is what I call it. So anyway, just please work on 2017 as I am, to show grace and love to those that you feel may not deserve it at the moment, but because you're not the rule of judge, you need to play it cool on that. I'm working on it. Just know I am. If there's anything I can ever pray for you about, please contact me. If you ever feel like you just need to, ask somebody, hey man, I need you to pray for me. Me and my family are going through this, or, whatever it may be. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I read all the messages. I may not get back to them immediately, but if it's a prayer request, that is definitely getting prayed for immediately. When I say I prayed, I prayed. I didn't just say, oh, I'll pray for you, and then go about my day. I actually take the moment, stop, and I pray for you. So anyway, please have a good 2017. It's the beginning of a great year. Now you've got a little over 360 days left to keep writing this awesome chapter in your life. So make it a good one. Make sure you love God, love your family, and do some hunting. Guys, love you. Please go check out huntingproduct.guru. Like I said, check out the sponsors. They help make this all possible. And thanks so much for putting up with my transparency in this journey, because I think ultimately I'd rather be transparent than lie to you. So anyway, y'all take care, and please be in touch with me.